So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Hey. Hey, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny. Hot, hot, hot.
Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Kick it.
Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Well, good. Hey, what's really good? It's your girl LaTangela, and thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to hang out with me for another episode of the LaTangela Show, where we'll chit about this and we'll chat about that. I am the queen of random research, and you know I always have to dig deep to see which side of the survey will you end up on. Here, there, somewhere between, you know, that's usually my story. I'm somewhere between here and there. However, throughout the week, while I'm doing this random research, I really want us to stay connected. You know, I'm the voice inside your speaker box, Monday through Fridays, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Baton Rouge's official #1 for hip hop and R&B, Max 94.1. So be sure to turn me on and turn me up. And on Wednesday nights, I am having a blast. Thank you so much to Dr. Fry and the team for allowing me to serve as the hostess of the Louisiana Film Channel. Now listen, there we're highlighting all of the artists from Louisiana, from the arts, the culture, on screen, and sharing it around the world. I want you to check it out as well. All of my links are posted at latangela.com from the Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter alert in 140 characters or less. Which leads me to my first point. How many social media apps do we need to stay connected? Now, you know, I'm really big on Facebook. I love it. I check it for the birthdays and to see what you got going on, your cute kid pics, your pet pics, anniversary pics, all that stuff. I'm living vicariously through you. Instagram, about what and what, you know what I mean? So it's the same thing. Twitter, I'm really interactive with that. It's like a group text message, right? Okay, so the other night, one of my friends hit me up and says, hey, are you on Clubhouse? I'm like, Clubhouse, I've been hearing about it, but what is that? It's a new app that's keeping us connected. Are you there? If so, follow me. I'm gonna hit you back, LaTangela Fay. But questions that need answers. How many of these social media apps do we need to stay connected? Which ones do you know is a good fit for you? How do you know? Is it a new trend? Because you remember Periscope. That wasn't that long ago, right? We were doing Periscope, and now it's just gone. It's gone. Twitter, we don't know if it's going to be 140 characters or if they're going to extend that, but we use that sometimes. Then let's get to LinkedIn. It's supposed to be the connection of work, like a Facebook page. Like, how many social media apps are you on? Are you consumed by all of these social media apps? How do you know enough is enough? Questions that need answers. But whatever social media handle you're on, I'd like to see you there. All my links are posted at latangela.com. And you know, we've been talking about it. Serious note, in our area, these COVID numbers are scary. Yeah, they're talking about a lot of vaccinations here and there, but these numbers right here, right now, scary. What end of the conversation are you on? Are you still wearing your face mask, your face coverings? Social distancing, is it still a thing? Washing your hands, and often. Are you still even talking about this? Or are you going about your day-to-day routine like it's normal and everything is back to what it used to be before March 2020? Yeah, I know, it's scary. But I really want you to stay a part of the conversation. And you know, our governor, John Bel Edwards, he has a helpline that's stemming from his office. It's free, it's confidential, and it connects us to a lot of counselors because people are going through changes. Courtesy of COVID and all of the changes that came with it, emotional stress is there. You have questions that need answers and you want to talk to an unbiased ear. Well, there's a hotline for that, and all you have to do is text REACH OUT to the number 741-741. Again, text REACH OUT to the number 741-741, and they can connect you to a lot of counselors and different resources of people that can help walk you through this process. It's big. And it's okay to say that you're not okay. It's okay to ask for help. And that's one of the hotlines and one of the memes coming through. And I would love you to check out that medium. Thank you so much to Governor John Bel Edwards for providing those resources. You know, people are making headline news for all the wrong reasons. In the entertainment industry, they really show up and show out there. You know, a couple of weeks ago, there was this big fight, a big bout. There was a YouTuber and a former NBA player, Nate Robinson. Okay, well now the YouTuber that beat former NBA player, Nate Robinson, his name is Jake Paul, and he has offered the UFC fighter Conor McGregor $50 million to meet him in the boxing ring. Now, we've seen Mr. McGregor do his thing. This YouTuber that came in there and just started feeling himself, because he even reached out and said, hey, Floyd, you could get it too. Well, Floyd said, nah, I'm going to go ahead and take on his brother sometime in 2021. But McGregor and the YouTuber might be going head to head in a new bout. But you know, for $50 million, I think I'd get in the ring and take my chances with Layla Ali. You know what I mean? Did you get your steps in today? Them checks gonna swing whether you get swung on or if you fall out. So I guess he's trying to figure it out as he goes along. Look, I'm the queen of random research, and I was digging deep with my friends over at SWNS Digital. Now, they have 6 holiday traditions that they say are looking a little different, and we might adapt to the difference from here on out because we were a little tired of it after anyway. Now, a bunch of people said that, you know, they were pretty fine with finding an excuse to say, I'm not coming over for this holiday season because the family was a little annoying, or they don't like the menu, or they just really wanted to get some rest. Well, according to SWNS Digital, after this COVID thing is gone away, they said that we still may adapt to not going to the big family options because big complicated dinners can become big and complicated. They said they're tired of doing so much traveling during the holidays. We don't feel like getting dressed up, especially now. And they said you have to wake up too early and the food is always still too late. All right. Having big groups come over, they said, you know, even after COVID is reportedly gone, we're still okay with not inviting the big groups and making different foods for different guests. I want to know who even started that, because when you get here, listen, it's a bring your own fest if you feel like it, but if you're coming, we're going to have the mac and cheese, we got the turkey, we might have a ham, what else do you need? If it's something that's just good to you, bring it with you and bring enough to share, because I'm coming with my aluminum foil and a to-go plate. Wait a minute, I found some random facts for you. I read it and I got to tell it to somebody, and I might as well tell it to you. Okay, so there's a tequila bar called 400 Rabbits in the UK. Now they're trying to get around the COVID restrictions by registering the club as a church. Some may call this genius, right? Since churches are allowed to be open right now in the UK, it's calling itself the Church of the 400 Rabbits. It's not a church, not much praying going on, but they shall be serving some strong wine, and they might even call it communion. Random facts. A family in British Columbia, Canada, has posted an ad looking for someone to intentionally infect them all with the coronavirus, quote, to help build our natural immunity, end quote. Now, I've been hearing about people talking about doing this herd immunity and all this. I didn't think that people would put an ad in the paper and suggest that someone would come over and intentionally give them COVID. Like, how irresponsible. But I read it and I had to tell it to somebody. Wow. Okay, another random fact. A new study of the most popular dog names in 2020. They have the research. Would you like to know? Okay, well, a new study of the most popular dog names in 2020 found that there were lots of people picking names like Corona, Rona, Covey, COVID, and Fossey for their dogs. Who would want to memorialize this by naming their pet, their precious puppy? Okay, oh wow. Another random fact for you. I read it and I gotta tell it. Flask sales, you know the flasks, bottoms up, they're up more than 500% this year alone. Why? Well, a rep from a market research group says that it's because people want to drink from a closed container so they don't spill it on their laptop during a virtual happy hour. So the flask sales have gone up 500%. Okay, random fact for you. At least 41 people who attended a swingers event in New Orleans, Louisiana last month have now tested positive for coronavirus. The event organizer says, quote, "If I could go back in time, I would not produce this event again," end quote. Okay, so you mean to tell me what? I got a lot of questions that need answers. It was a swingers party. You know what they do at a swingers party? People voluntarily went in the middle of COVID. Social distancing was not a thing. They went there and they said, listen, this is what we're going to do. And 41 people left out that they know of and said that they tested positive for COVID. And now they're making headline news for all the wrong reasons. Dear Louisiana. Okay, so wrapping it up on a good note with the random facts. I read it and I had to tell it to someone. Well, Hawaii is offering free round-trip tickets for 50 people to come work in the state remotely. Now, where do I sign up for this? Is it too late? Aloha! I'm down for the field trip. Okay, now according to Insure.com, it's about that time for Santa to make his rounds. Santa has been busy and he's trying to plot his way of coming to you during this season just to make sure that you've been on the naughty or nice list. Well, according to their recent research, they wanted to know about how much money is Santa worth. How much is his salary? Like, he's only working one day out of the year. How do you tally that up? Well, the website Insure.com, they just calculated Santa's estimated salary. How did they do that? Well, they came up to about $157,300, and it's based on his jobs like managing the workshop, caring for the reindeer, and making deliveries. The website Insure.com just calculated that it's worth about $157,000, maybe a little change with that. They calculated that he also has to deal with wrapping gifts and dealing with all of those elves. And you know it's hard to manage a team of elves. They don't want to listen. They don't want to get it right. And if something's wrong, they're going to take the blame for it. So Santa, let me hold 5, or at least slide me an extra lump of coal. Who gets paid to do this? But hey, okay. Google knows too much, right? Well, some of the top trends and the most searched in the year 2020. Now, if you had to go through your Google search list, what would you find? What was the top question or the top thing that you wanted to research this year? Now, according to this, they said that we had a lot of questions. Google just released its annual year in search stats, and election results beat coronavirus for the most Googled phrase in 2020. Yeah. Here's a rundown of the top searches, the news stories, and how-to questions, because you became the do-it-yourself kings and queens, right? All 2020. Now, the top 10 searches this year were election results, coronavirus, Kobe Bryant, coronavirus updates, coronavirus symptoms, Zoom, who is winning the election, Naya Rivera, who passed away in July, Chadwick Boseman, who passed away in August, and PlayStation 5. Well, also according to Google, you said that, we wanted to find out the top hard news topics that were actually Googled, like the election results, coronavirus, stimulus checks, unemployment, and Iran. Now, the top recipes that they say we searched for this year, sourdough bread. Who's looking for the recipe to sourdough bread? No? You? Did you? Okay, no, I didn't. Whipped coffee. Didn't make my list. Disney churro, because it was supposed to be on the list for the family vacation. That got moved around, but you still wanted it. Dole Whip. And Doubletree cookie also made the top list of the most Googled in 2020 of recipes. So y'all didn't want to know how to make a sweet potato pie? No? Okay. Now the top how to make searches for 2020. How to make hand sanitizer, because all of us tried it. How to make a face mask, because all of us tried it. How to make whipped coffee. How to make a mask with a bandana. And how to make a mask without sewing. Now, when they came up with the top near me searches, they said COVID testing near me, early voting near me, fires near me, voting near me, protest near me, and toilet paper near me made the top 20 near me posts for Google search. Now, the top virtual searches that they actually found with virtual field trips, Virtual museum tours, virtual Kentucky Derby, virtual learning came in at number 3. With all of these parents and all of these students, you mean to tell me that COVID testing near me, I can see that beating it, but near me and the most searched to beat that was Kentucky Derby? See, we got bigger issues. We really do. Now, when we asked Google, what was the most how to donate? Okay, well, coming in on that list, how to donate searches that top 2020 went for Black Lives Matter, the fires in Australia, and how to donate blood. Those were the most top searched how to donate of 2020. Now, the number one where to buy search for the year 2020 goes to what? 'Tis the season, you know everybody's asking you. How to buy that PS5. It beat where to buy toilet paper. Who knew? You know, these PS5s are running the game up, and I don't want to talk about it for long because I know that ears are listening and they're waiting for it. But I tell you this, they are making it almost impossible for you to find that PS5. Maybe Santa can give us the inside scoop. And if you click on my links, I might have the inside scoop for you as well at LaTangela.com. Now, according to Tuco and New York Post, we have something that's going on. A woman actually sued her boyfriend because, you know, they were together for 8 years and he hadn't proposed yet. Oh, he has wasted my time. Reclaiming my time. She took him to the courthouse. Sis, listen up. Fellas, she ain't playing no games with y'all. So a woman sued her boyfriend after 8 years of dating without a proposal. Now, you know you got commitment issues when you have to take somebody to the courthouse and say, listen, it's either you're going to make him pay me for my time or he's going to ask me to marry him. And he said, listen, Judge, what can you do for me? You can work something out for me? A 26-year-old woman named Gertrude Ngoma. Now, she's out in Africa, and she said that she was dating this 28-year-old guy, her boyfriend, Herbert Saliliki. Now, they've been together for 8 years. He always promised that he would marry her. She didn't walk away with even a promise ring, but his word should have been bond. And I mean, we're together for 8 years, so I'm assuming this is legit, right? Right? Okay, sorry, got in my feelings for a second. Well, they do have a child together, so this is forever. We're walking in that direction, right? Right? He didn't answer her questions, and he surely didn't answer it with the proposal. Gertrude said that she still lives at home with her parents, and Herbert hasn't even proposed. So she sued him. She told the court that she's tired of waiting. Plus, she's not sure if Herbert is really ready to get married. Since she's pretty sure she caught him dating another woman, she said now might be the time for us to go our separate ways. Unfortunately, the judge told Gertrude, listen, there's absolutely nothing I can do to help you. Ma'am, you saw this coming. You stayed there, you worked it out with him over and over and over again. So now for you to take this to the court and have us try to sue him for the time that you donated as a gift, oh, they turned her around. I say, got to be more careful. See, that's why you're going to find me on 2021 on Married at First Sight. Hey, man, what's your name? What? You do? I do? Bet. We together. I mean, it's got to be that simple now because I ain't got 8 years to give you. I just don't. I'm not going to play with you 8 years, 8 months, 8 weeks, 8 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, we got to be more careful in this season. Now, you know, speaking of some of those neighbors, sometimes you find some really great neighbors, and I want you to applaud and love on them as much as possible, because sometimes you come up with some folks that's testing you, trying to make you make headline news for all the wrong reasons, get your blood to boiling, get your nerves to twitching, right? Well, neighbors actually refuse to give this kitten back, and they know that it's not theirs. Their neighbor, what? Okay, I can't make this up, because this would make me cut up. A family in San Diego lost their cat in September. And someone finally spotted him last week, but it was in the neighbor's window. But now the neighbors whose window the kitten is in refuse to give the neighbor's kitten back to the rightful owner. Finders keepers? I don't know how that worked. Back in April, Kirsten M. and her family, they actually went out and got themselves a pet kitten. They got a pretty little Siamese kitten, and he got out. Ghost, roamed down the street, to the back street, to the neighbor's house. However, ghosted the family that came and adopted him. And September, you know, he popped up at the neighbor's house and they called the cops and said she has our kitten and she doesn't want to give it back. And the cops politely told her that since Ghost roamed to their house and they started taking care of him, it was a civil matter and not a criminal matter. So I can't arrest her or make her give you your kitten back. I can't make them do it. So the woman said, all right, bet. She walked away, let that neighbor keep her cat, and said, I'll see you in court. Come outside. Bring me my cat and we about to go home. Like, is that how we do this? You can't really just steal people's property and their pets. That's like a family member, is it not? So if the kids go down the street and say, listen, I want a Dixie cup, and they just hang out at the neighbor's house for a while, they don't have to get the kid back? Is that how? Because some people look at their pets like a baby, and I couldn't imagine my neighbor taking my pet kitten, telling me I know it's yours, but finders keepers, losers weepers. And I'd be all right with that. San Diego, y'all on a different level of understanding from me. That's all I can tell you. Dear Ghost. And look, you know what? Tonight I want to hook somebody up with a chance to grab my new book, the latest to my collection, Poof, Power Over Obstacles Forever, inked by yours truly, LaTangela Fay Sherman. Of course, you can find it on Amazon, or you can log on to my links at latangela.com. But for the next 4 people who actually slide in my DMs using the hashtag TeaTimeWithTan, I'm going to gift you a copy of my book entitled Poof, Power Over Obstacles Forever. Now, in this book, you'll find some of my favorite chapters. We're talking about having the power over those obstacles that we're faced with forever. New beginning, the new birth, growing pains, pain in motion, power over stress, power over the enemy, the gain of loss, and the power of prayer. Within these chapters, I really want you to find some inspiration, the motivation, and the empowerment that we need to wrap up 2020 and to really size up 2021 and say, hey, poof, power over obstacles forever. Be sure to slide in my DMs. I got you covered. You know, every week I really look forward to breaking you off with the did you know facts, because it's like the more you know. So I had to dig deep and find some really good ones. Some things that struck me as odd and made me raise my eyebrow. You ready? Did you know that millions of Americans, including the Bush family, are descendants of a guy from the Mayflower who fell overboard and only survived by grabbing a rope? Did you know? Well, now you know. Did you know that when your girl Oprah gave everyone in her audience a car back in 2004, that they all ended up owing the IRS about $6,000 in taxes? You get a car, you get a car, you get a car. You get a tag from the IRS. You get a tag from the IRS. I did not know that. However, their brand new car, we're going to figure this out. Thank you, Oprah. Slide your girl one. Did you know that Weird Al Yankovic started the Volcano Worshipers Club at his high school in California? The Volcano Worshipers Club. Okay. Now, he says they didn't actually worship volcanoes. Whew. All right. He is a little weird. They just wanted to get another photo of themselves in the yearbook. And it worked. Whew. Okay. Now, I had to dig and do a little research on this. I don't know if they were trying to be funny or if this is real, because sometimes who all over there could save a life. And in this case, who all over there reportedly saved a life. Did you know that John Wilkes Booth planned on assassinating both Abraham Lincoln and Ulysses S. Grant, but Grant decided not to go to the theater, not that night, because his wife didn't like Mary Todd Lincoln? Oh, his wife coming? I don't feel like going. Who all over there? Man, tough crowd. Did you know that Jupiter's gravity field is so huge, it's basically acting like a vacuum cleaner and sucks away things like comets, asteroids, and debris that would otherwise hit and possibly destroy Earth? Did you know? I didn't know. But I read it and I had to tell it to somebody, and I figured I might as well tell it to you. Now, before I bounce, I have a really quick reminder, just as a courtesy for you, from New York Post. Don't replace your face mask with a scarf. I know the weather is changing and you have these fly scarves, but listen, that scarf is not going to be as effective in the fight against COVID as your mask. So if you're going to wear that scarf, just remember to wear it over your mask. Mask up. And I want you to log on, join the conversation, cdc.gov. While you're there, they're going to give us the daily numbers, not just in our area, but across the United States and across the world. This is one of those international pandemics, and we're really trying to keep a grasp on this and work our way towards healthier days. Now it's about time for me to get up and get out of here. But before I do, I'm going to leave you with a piece of my musical journal. You know, filling in the pages here and there. I surely hope you enjoy it as much as I do. You know, la la la, wait, well, okay, we'll just press play and let you go from there. So you enjoy the rest of your night. And remember that no one loves you more than I do. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Yep. Hey. I like to call this some of that feel-good music. Rock with me. The sunrise, and I look into your eyes. Now I feel what I never felt. What a surprise. What a surprise. I searched high and I searched low, 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 low. Been trying to find some peace of mind and a little love. But I never would have thought, turn around and here you go. It's you, all that I've been looking for. Peace of love and so much more. Poof. You've been there all along, and I never knew it. But now I do. 3, 2, 1, countdown. Next 30 seconds dedicated to you. Gotta take this time to say what I'm feeling, boo. You have been the missing link to me. Now I can see it all so clear for me. Right by my side from day one. How could I be searching for another one? It's been you and me all along. You've been the inspiration to my favorite song. All that I've been looking for. Peace of love and so much more. You've been there all along, and I never knew. But now I do. Now I do, babe. Now I do, baby.
Tell them let me be. Barriers, I'm breaking barriers. While I'm singing, rhyming and rapping and humming like they never seen it coming. Skipping to the beat of my own drum and yo, they can't tell me nothing. Positive vibes only, or I'd rather sit here lonely. Shout out to the ones who never gave up on me. While I'm singing, rhyming and rapping and humming like they never seen it coming. Skipping to the beat of my own drum and yo, they can't tell me nothing. I'm not fighting for attention, I'm my own competition. Yeah, I'd rather sit here lonely. Even when the skies are gray, ain't nothing going your way. You keep your head held high, make them hear you say barriers, I'm breaking barriers. Barriers.
where broken hearts go to heal. Not quite sure how to really feel. Love versus hate, oh no, we don't relate. I can't